Hey all, it's Kat, and I'm going to talk a little bit today about how I'm going about feeding Mico, who was recently diagnosed with acute kidney failure, because she doesn't really want to eat and we have to keep her strength up. Right now we're in this waiting game just to see if her kidneys will heal enough to actually have some good function, and we're playing the waiting game, and in the meantime we have to make sure that she keeps her strength up, which involves eating. Now, like people, animals need a certain amount of calories per day to maintain their weight, and if they need to gain weight, you give them more calories, and if they need to lose weight, less calories. Now she needs to maintain weight, but she's not even getting anywhere near what she should. She needs probably about 1,000 calories a day, dog her size, more if she's super active, which she hasn't been recently, but she's not even getting 1,000 calories a day. So I have to supplement. Now, the doctor would like her on this special renal diet, which she's not wild about, but then she's not wild about any food right now anyway. So I'm doing several things. First of all, I'm going to show you some of my, oh, I forgot this one. Hang on, everybody. Let me go grab it. I have implements of mass destruction, and this is my first implement of mass destruction, and this is just a piece of paper with my chicken scratch on it, in which I'm writing down when I'm feeding her and what I'm feeding her and how much she ate. And this is really great information for me to take to the vet, and for me too, because I can tell if she becomes hungrier at certain times of the day. Are there certain foods that seem to appetize her more? There's a lot of good information just in writing stuff down. Do I always keep this good of information about what my pets eat and when? No. I mean, generally they're eating at the same times every day, and I know what they're eating and how much they're eating. This is specifically because she's not eating, and I feel like I need to be really, really detailed about knowing when things are happening. All right. Another implement of mass destruction is my food scale. Now, I've had this for years. This probably cost me $7, but that was a long time ago, so they might be a little more expensive now. This is not a fancy one. This is just, it has a little thing that sits on top of it. There you go. And it's good because that way I can write down exactly how much she's eating. For example, I know that this much, this is the renal diet wet food. I know that this is 1 ounce, and that's good to know. Now, if she will eat on her own, I will let her eat on her own because that's the best thing for her. It's the least stressful option. And if she doesn't like the renal diet, but she's willing to eat something else, fine. I have no problem with that. In fact, yesterday I was eating some fried up sausages and an omelet, and she really wanted it, so I gave it to her. And that was great. Today I tried again. I made the same foods that she was willing to eat yesterday, and she just wasn't as interested. So, all right, it didn't work. And that means I do come back to my renal diet stuff here, which I've measured out. This is before I've added water and such. But I don't know if you can see this. I added water, and just to make it a little more interesting, I added some baby food. This is spaghetti with cheese. Make it a little more interesting, a few extra calories, but pretty easy on her tummy. And then this is the stressful part. I have to take a syringe and fill it with this mixture and then put it down her throat. She does not like that. It is very stressful on the two of us. And so if she's willing to eat on her own, I would much rather that she do that. But if she's not going to eat, she needs calories, she needs some food, and since the renal diet is probably the best thing for her right now and it's easy to mix with water, that's what I'll put in here. This is a pretty big syringe. I had some smaller syringes. I had to get a bigger one from the vet. She gave me a few of them. And this one is for 2 ounces or 60 cc's, but as I said, I take my meat for the renal diet meat, and then I add water and some other things. So that's what I do to try and keep her strength up so that we can give her the time to see if her kidneys are going to heal. So brief review here. Implements of mass destruction. Write it down. Weigh it out. Let her eat on her own if she will. And if she doesn't, supplement with the syringe feeding, which I would note, you have to be kind of gentle about that because it is very stressful on a sick pet to be sort of force-fed like that. So if I can figure out how to set up the camera, I will perhaps let you watch me syringe feed my dog. And from here on out, we just hope for the best.